Coming up on Fulton Today, a special group of Fulton County residents prepares to get involved in the next legislative process. We'll tell you who they are and what they plan to do at the state capitol. And do you want to appeal your property tax assessment? Find out how new technology can help navigate the process. Fulton Today is next.
From the Government Center in downtown Atlanta, you're watching Fulton Today with Shania Chavis.
Welcome to Fulton Today, everybody. I'm Shania Chavis. Fulton County health inspectors go high-tech in the fight against illegal tire dumping. Now, state-of-the-art surveillance cameras will be strategically placed in South Fulton to hopefully eliminate this environmental hazard, and those who are caught dumping will face consequences. Now, Kevin Jones oversees the Environmental Health Services Division for the county. Kevin, welcome back to Fulton Today.
Hi, Shania. Thanks for having me.
All right, well, first things first, Kevin, talk about the need for these surveillance cameras and where they came from.
Well, we've seen an increased amount of illegal dumping in Fulton County, mostly tires. So to try to combat this, we've decided to put up cameras in selected locations. And what was really neat about this is that Liberty Tire Recycling, one of the largest tire recyclers in the United States, they actually donated this surveillance camera to Fulton County.
And how will the cameras work and how often will they be checked?
We're going to mount the camera on the existing pole. It's solar operated, it's motion detector, it has a flash cam unit to it so it can operate at night. It can record up to 250 feet away, and we can control it remotely. We can download the pictures and we'll be able to view them. Also, too, there's an audible alarm that we can activate to say, stop illegal dumping, you will be prosecuted if caught.
And talk about the process once the camera captures someone dumping illegally.
If we get a very good picture of the vehicle that the person is driving, we're going to pass that on to the police department. We'll get the name of the person that owned the vehicle, and we're going to prosecute the person that did the illegal dumping.
And your final comments?
Well, what we have right now is a very big problem going on in South Fulton. It's not only an environmental health problem, it's also an environmental justice problem. So by using the cameras, we'll help in trying to combat this on two different levels, environmental health and environmental justice.
All right, Kevin Jones with the county's Environmental Health Services Division. Great information. Please keep us posted.
Thanks for having me.
Now, if you witness illegal tire and trash dumping or other code violations in your community, you can call the Code Enforcement Tell line. That's 404-612-TELL. That's 404-612-8355. The statewide moratorium on property tax increases has ended, and that could mean an increase in the number of property tax appeals. 3 years ago, the state lawmakers approved a bill prohibiting increases in commercial and residential properties because of falling property values.
We in the assessor's office are required to appraise property at fair market value as of January 1st. So when the moratorium was lifted, we reviewed the market sales, we looked at the data, and the values that we arrived for the 2012 tax digest were based on information we collected from the marketplace and the values that we felt, in our opinion, represented what a piece of property was sold for as of January 1st of 2012.
Thousands of assessments were mailed last month, and if you decide to appeal your valuation, the process has gotten a little easier.
We have online appeal filing. We can go right to our website. There are a lot of search capabilities that will allow an owner to search sales in their neighborhood, countywide, to do comparisons with other similar properties. They can look at the aerial photography, the actual street level views from Google are on there, where they're available. They're not available in all areas. They can use that data that's easily retrievable from our website to help determine if we have given them a fair opinion of value. And they can also use that information to file the appeal if they decide that we are not in agreement.
Now, if you have questions regarding the tax assessment notices or need information on the appeals process, you can contact the assessor's website at www.fultonassessor.org. Well, some Fulton County seniors learned their rights concerning housing. Housing and Human Services hosted a tenants' rights session at the New Beginnings Neighborhood Senior Center in Fairburn. Representatives from Metro Fair Housing and Atlanta Legal Aid were on hand to give the seniors information on everything ranging from deposits to disabilities rights.
For folks with disabilities, there is a protection for you to keep a guide animal to ease your anxiety or to alert you to strokes, that you need to have an emotional support animal. You have the right to that without paying an additional pet deposit or pet fee.
One of the provisions of the 1968 Civil Rights Act covers fair housing for all citizens, and these types of sessions can help them through the process.
They can talk to folks about the fair housing laws in greater detail and advise them about what their rights are and also what to do if they come across some type of discrimination while they're either renting or trying to buy housing.
I'm new to Fulton County, so I'm very happy to hear this information. I'm looking for a house, and so it's nice to know where I can go if I have any problems.
Now, this session was a part of the Lawyer in the Library series. If you have questions about housing laws, you can call Housing and Human Services, Metro Fair Housing, and the Atlanta Legal Aid Society. A new pilot program is helping county seniors become more involved in their communities and in government. The program is called Seniors Engaged for Change. Here to tell us about it is William Ali Ligon. He is with the Office of Intergovernmental Affairs. Sir, welcome back to the show.
Hi, Shania. Thanks for having me.
All right, so tell our audience all about this new legislative program.
Well, the Seniors Engaged for a Change is a pilot program. It's a joint initiative between the Intergovernmental Affairs Division of the Office of the County Manager and the Fulton County Department of Housing and Human Services. It's designed to engage our seniors in the legislative process. It's designed to teach them in a nonpartisan way how to become better legislative advocates for the positions and for the issues that are meaningful to them.
And Ali, what kinds of issues are you hearing about from the seniors?
We're hearing issues that are, not surprisingly, common to seniors. We're hearing health care issues, transportation issues, social service issues.
And once you get all of this information, what are you going to do with it?
This is a training program, so we're going to use the information to train these seniors to become better advocates. We're not looking for their input in terms of developing a county program, although that may be a secondary benefit. But the primary reason we're here, again, it's nonpartisan, is to train them to advocate better for the issues that they are concerned about. We will train them how to call, how to write, how to visit with their legislators, and how to do that in a very effective way.
And of course, we can't have you here and not talk about some of the legislative issues that may be on the horizon next session. Tell us about them.
Well, certainly one of the major issues will be Fulton County governance, specifically the recreation of Milton County. This has been covered in the press extensively in the past several weeks, so we know it's going to be a major issue. The other issues are really going to continue over from previous sessions. They're going to be health care, housing, transportation, and the overall budget.
All right, William Ali Ligon, always great to hear from you. Thank you so much for your time.
Well, you're very welcome. It's been my pleasure.
Fulton County Citizens University students get one-on-one with their district commissioner during week 8 of class.
And it's going to be based on
the group spent the first half of the class with the founder of the FCCU program, District 7 Commissioner William Bill Edwards. The commissioner briefed students on the 2012 budget. He also talked about customer service and new ways to raise revenue. He then explained that falling property values resulted in a decrease in revenue for South Fulton and slight increase in taxes.
What I learned from him earlier, prior to this, in my class for the FCCU, is how he broke down and explained about the different taxes, the different policies that are in place and the ones that he is in the process of creating.
FCCU students spent the second part of their class attending South Fulton's quarterly listening session. We'll have more of that part of the story in our district-by-district coverage. And still to come, an annual art show in North Fulton features some special artists. We'll take you there in our district-by-district coverage next.
watching Fulton Today.
Fulton commissioners form an historic partnership with a foreign state, and Fulton citizens get to voice their concerns to their county commissioner. Here's this week's district by district coverage.
We began in District 1 with the chairman's official welcome to Governor Jacques Wagner of Bahia, Brazil. The at-large commissioner greeted the leader and his delegation at a reception just before the two made history by signing a memorandum of understanding between the two governments.
Well, this is a very historic day. This is the first time that Fulton County is engaged in a partnership with an international jurisdiction. And in this case, it's not a city, it's not a district, this is a state, the fourth largest state in Brazil, 14 million citizens strong, a strong economy, one of the strongest economies in the entire world. And so this is a great opportunity for our county to engage in a partnership where we can focus on 4 areas: arts and culture, public health, education, and economic development and tourism.
The governor of Brazil is also excited about joining forces with Fulton County.
My presence here with the chairman of Fulton County, Mr. John Eves, it's, returning the visit that he did to us in 2011. It's a way that we can consolidate those friendship links between Brazil and the United States, and also to implement some kind of partnership alliance between the people of Fulton County and the people of the city of Salvador in Bahia.
During the signing ceremony, both leaders gave each other gifts before heading out for 2 days of meetings and special appearances. Next week, we will show you the Brazilian governor's emotional visit to the King Center. District 3 residents will commemorate the veterans of their community all this week. Commissioner Liz Hausman visited the memorial markers along Deerfield Parkway in the city of Milton.
Well, this is a great tribute to the men and women that have sacrificed, the ultimate sacrifice for our freedoms. And it's a great testimony to the appreciation that the city of Milton has shown for their local residents that have given that sacrifice. So I just felt like the rest of the county should know about it.
A former military veteran is responsible for the memorial for fallen soldiers. Each marker contains the name of a deceased veteran and the war in which he or she served.
I started making and putting up markers 4 years ago, and I was kind of prompted by what I've seen in the city of Dahlonega and Duluth, and I thought it was a great tribute. So it started growing, and the first year there were 50 markers, and as of today, there's 250.
The memorial was created 5 years ago and is maintained by Councilman Bill Lusk and volunteers. This is the final week that visitors can view the markers. In District 4, seniors show off their works of art at an annual exhibit at the Benson Center. The public was able to view the masterpieces during an event called the Evening of the Arts. The annual gala gives Benson Center participants a chance to show their family and friends what they have worked on in arts class.
The criteria was basically on technical skill, concept, and basically just the fact that they put together a really good, relevant piece of art that kind of speaks to our culture today.
Art also serves as therapy for the seniors.
It's multifaceted, actually. It's certainly therapeutic, in the process of making it. But our key mission here is socialization. And so what it does is it gets them, out of their home environment and gets them around other people who are creative.
One senior offered important advice for artists who may want to follow in her footsteps.
The more you see, the more you learn. Going to see other people's art, watching other artists is the best thing you can do.
Art classes are available year-round, so call the STARLine to get more information. District 5 seniors fellowship during the annual High Tea and Hat Show at the Harriet G. Darnell Senior Multipurpose Facility. In fancy hats and suits, the women gathered for a tradition of the ages.
As I look at these hats and listen to all of these designers, I just got to tell you, Miss Cheryl, I sure am glad I I didn't wear the hat I planned to. Something told me that I was going to have to do better than 1996. I mean, you look wonderful.
Some of the participants displayed their skills by not only modeling authentic hats, but they also designed tables according to specific themes.
Well, like I said, they always call us the 8 beautiful ladies. And when they came to us, Ms. Sherelle, with the idea, I love to do table settings. And we normally do them for our missionary board at my church, St. Paul AME Church. So everybody just decided I had to be the one to do the setups.
Mrs. Lester's eye for detail paid off because she was the winner of the annual High Tea and Hat Show.
I'm just overwhelmed that we won.
This event concluded Older Americans Month for the seniors in District 5. District 6 seniors get on the stick for the annual billiards tournament at the Mills Senior Multipurpose Facility. Both men and women racked them up for 2 days, hoping to be this year's big winner. Participants say the competition is secondary to the good time.
Well, I think it's a good thing. Seniors have a chance to just mingle, man, and have fun. And plus, you got some good shooters back there because back in the days, they were probably sharps.
Competition gets steeper, get a little tougher as you go on. I didn't think I would be that nervous in the first round, but I was after I started competing. A little nervous, but I shook it off.
This year's winners were Samuel Stamps in first place, and Michael Kemp was the second place winner. And finally, in District 7, South Fulton residents expressed their concerns to top county officials and staff. Commissioner William Bill Edwards hosted his quarterly listening session at the South Fulton Service Center. As we shared with you earlier in the show, the 2012 Fulton County Citizens University class sat in on the meeting to hear what residents had to say.
They're learning a lot about the county. It's always great to not just to hear things, but to actually be a part of them, to do them, to feel how our employees do and the value that we have for them. This group is a wonderful bunch of people. They come from all over the county. That's what I'm really, really impressed about, that it's just not the people in South Fulton, but people in Atlanta, people in North Fulton. This is a potpourri of people from all over the counties. That makes me very, very excited and very, very happy to see.
Fulton's department and division head leaders were also at the meeting and addressed some of the residents' concerns firsthand. The third quarterly listening session will be held in August. With this week's District by District coverage, I'm Melissa Lewis.
Thank you very much. And when we come back, more opportunities to become a homeowner. We'll explain.
Watching Fulton Today.
Portions of the following segment are part of the Fulton County Common Ground Initiative. Common Ground, the county's comprehensive solution to the problem of health disparities in the community.
In this week's Common Ground report, we turn our attention to National Homeowner Month this June and a county program to help people buy the homes of their choice. FGTV's Lynn Vaughn has more now on the HOP program. Lynn?
Meet Billy and Tanya Garner. The county's down payment assistance program, called the Home Ownership Program, got these California transplants into a brand new home.
Oh, this was a fabulous thing that happened to me and my family.
Nothing makes the Garners happier than providing for and enjoying their large family.
Can you give me some help?
Yeah, sure. What do you need help with?
This problem.
Okay.
Their 5-bedroom Union City home has more than enough room for them, 4 of their 7 children, and a niece who's in school and her toddler. Tanya recalls working with HOP Community Development Specialist Kim Benjamin to achieve her goal of home ownership.
There are a number of eligibility requirements. One is that primarily they must be a first-time home buyer.
The other thing is that they cannot have purchased a home within the past 3 years. They must meet income guidelines. They've got to talk to a housing counseling agency and get a certificate and go through a course so they understand the home buying process. The property must be located in unincorporated Fulton County. It cannot be in the city of Atlanta, Sandy Springs, the city of Roswell, or the city of Johns Creek. And so those are some of the key eligibility requirements.
Under the county's Neighborhood Stabilization Program, you choose from homes our community partners have renovated. With HOP, you find the home yourself in any of the specified locations. You can receive down payment assistance under both programs.
For me, it meant that I own something. It's mine. Anything that I do on this property, it's going to be my decision to do.
Wow, for me, it's a dream come true. It was something like they say, it replaced one thing for me to get back to something else. And the dream was like, I'm never going to get what I had in California. This is just impossible, not here in Georgia, right? And my husband said, yes, it is. You came this far, we're going to do it again. And stepping into this house when I got those keys was the best day of my life.
HOP isn't just for families. In a future report, we profile a single disabled man who is now the proud owner of a College Park townhouse. I'm Lynn Vaughn, FGTV.
Thank you very much, Lynn. Now, you can call the Fulton County Home Ownership Program directly at 404-612-8077 or send an email to Ms. Benjamin. The address is kim.benjamin@fultoncountyga.gov. She'll be happy to work with you to qualify to purchase a home. Well, out of school and in the pool. These girls are splashing at the Welcome All Park in College Park. It's one of the dozens of commercial and public pools that Fulton County's Environmental Health Services Division monitors to make sure they comply with health regulations. Now, when you visit any public pool, officials say check out the inspection report and look for the posted rules.
We don't want kids running around, boisterous play, roughhousing. Even though we go to great lengths to make sure the pool does not, the pool surfaces and the pool deck area is non-slip and basically safe as it can be, it still is an area that's wet, tends to be wet, and accidents can occur. So we ask parents to always be mindful of that.
Harmon says children must be accompanied by a parent or guardian when visiting public pools, and horseplay is prohibited. Take a look at the regulations at the Environmental Services website. Go to fultoncountygahealth.org and click on the link to Environmental Health Services. You got questions? Call 404-613-1307. Some 750 people took advantage of the free health screenings at the county's Spring Spark clinics. The last clinic at St. Paul AME Church in Southwest Atlanta had folks signing up to take blood pressure and blood glucose screenings and get all sorts of information on how to maintain good health. Community partners, Grady Health Systems, Piedmont Hospital, and the AARP were among those on hand.
I think it's really great. A lot of times we go to places where we see people that don't necessarily have access to a primary care doctor, and they haven't really paid attention, so they're able to find out if their values are really out of whack or really high, and we can refer them to places that maybe take people based on the sliding scale, and also just advise them on diet and lifestyle changes that they can make to help reduce their numbers that they may not have even known were high if they hadn't come for the test.
Clients say that they also use Spark services to supplement their doctor's visits.
Your doctor's visits are periodic, so it's based on an appointment. This particular screening will give you an everyday assessment, which I think is a fair one, so that you can, on a personal basis, have an idea of where you currently are.
Spark, that's sickness prevention achieved through regional collaboration, starts up again in the fall. We'll have the schedule in a few months. You can call the STARLine for answers to all of your senior citizen-related questions. And still to come, the library partners with Zoo Atlanta to promote learning. We'll show you how when we come back.
You're watching Fulton Today.
Well, what better way to promote reading than by putting together two things that children love: animals and books. The Atlanta Fulton Public Library System teams up with Zoo Atlanta for the Science in Circulation Initiative. A zoomobile will carry animals to each library branch where a trained educator will teach kids about animals and their habitats. The zoomobile will make stops at library branches throughout the summer. For a full listing, you can go to the library's website. Well, school is out, but that doesn't mean that the learning has to end. The Atlanta Fulton Public Library System welcomes children to participate in their annual summer reading program. Each library branch will host Dream Big, Read.
We have the summer reading program each summer, so kids can read 10 books, and then they get some small prizes for each 10 books that they read. And one of the main benefits is that it helps them keep up with their schoolwork when they go back to school in the fall.
Kids are required to complete a reading record of at least 10 books. In return, they will receive an official reading certificate. To find out more about this program, visit your local Atlanta Fulton Public Library branch. And before we go, our reminder that we'd like to hear from you about the stories and programs here on FGTV. Go to our website to take a survey, or you can call or email us. The number 404-612-8317. The email address is fgtv.feedback@fultoncountyga.gov. You can also follow us on twitter.com/FGTV or friend us on Facebook. Well, that does it for this edition of Fulton Today. I'm Shania Chavis. Thank you for joining us. Join us each week for news around and about Fulton County.